The Jeep Cherokee is back, finally. After a 3-year hiatus, it returns to slot between Compass and Grand Cherokee with a boxier stance, hybrid power, and standard all-wheel drive on every trim. This is Jeep's make-or-break play in the crowded midsize SUV space. If you've waited for a smarter, more efficient Cherokee, this is it. In this video, we'll cover the top 10 things to know before you decide if the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee deserves a spot in your driveway. Starting off with the biggest news, Cherokee is hybrid-only with standard all-wheel drive, and it's the only powertrain, for now. Under the hood, a new 1.6-liter Turbo 4 teams with 2 electric motors and an eCVT for 210 horsepower and 230 pound-feet. On paper, that's a tick below the latest RAV4 hybrid, but right in the neighborhood, and a touch stronger than the CR-V hybrid. So expect smooth, quiet launches and an easy, confident, everyday pace. Traction is the simple part. All-wheel drive is baked in on every trim. It cruises in front drive to save fuel, then preloads and sends torque rearward in milliseconds when slip shows up or a drive mode calls for more bite. Wet boat ramps, gravel pullouts, snowy mornings, it just hooks up, then unobtrusively decouples once you're rolling. One powertrain, one traction spec, no upsell scavenger hunt needed. Next up, there's a drastic improvement over the previous model in regards to fuel economy and range. The new Cherokee will get a combined rating of 37 miles per gallon and will go just over 500 miles per tank. So your bladder is likely to tap out on long drives before the fuel gauge does. The curb weight lands in the 4,300 pound range, a bump largely due to its battery pack and the move to Stellantis STLA Large platform, which is the same architecture underpinning larger vehicles like the Dodge Charger EV. Even with that added mass, roughly 400 pounds heavier than the 2023 outgoing model, it still posts better fuel economy. A big reason is the eCVT, which underscores Jeep's commitment to efficiency. It keeps revs low, blends motor torque smoothly, and stays in the powertrain's sweet spot. Regenerative braking helps recover energy in stop and go. And because the all-wheel drive system runs primarily in front drive during steady cruising, you avoid most of the usual traction penalty. The takeaway is simple: fewer fuel stops, lower running cost, and highway range that's easy to live with. No plugs required. Let's talk design. Jeep ditched the curves and leaned hard into heritage, with clear family ties to Grand Cherokee and Wagoneer. You see it in the upright greenhouse, long hood, and squared shoulders that give this Cherokee a planted, grown-up stance. It's also bigger than the last Cherokee. It's about 5 inches longer, 1.5 inches wider, and 1.3 inches taller, riding on a wheelbase that's stretched by 6.4 inches. Up front, the fascia is cleaner and more vertical. The familiar 7-slot grille framed by U-shaped DRLs, slimmer LEDs, and a chunkier lower bumper with a subtle skid plate vibe. Along the sides, the longer wheelbase fills the arches better and improves door cutouts and step-in, with simple body-color pull handles you can grab with gloves. Out back, slim LED taillights with a crisp horizontal signature and a wider hatch opening tidy up the rear. Translation: more room where you feel it, a steadier stance on the road, and proportions that look tough without trying too hard. Inside, it finally feels modern and more upscale. This is a major upgrade from the 2023 cabin, which looked nearly a decade old and squeezed an 8.4-inch screen between the vents. That's gone now. In its place is a standard 12.3-inch Uconnect 5 touchscreen and a 10.25-inch digital cluster with clear, configurable layouts, plus wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. Jeep Connect One provides 10 years of over-the-air updates at no extra cost, so refinements and fixes arrive without a service visit. An optional in-vehicle Wi-Fi plan supports streaming and updates, and you can add App Store extras such as Off-Road Pages Plus for trail data and vehicle readouts. The cabin adds a hexagonal steering wheel with intuitive controls, separate physical climate controls to reduce menu diving, and upgraded materials with tighter fit and finish. Comfort and convenience are well covered. Ventilated fronts, heated rears, heated wheel, a 360-degree camera, multiple USB-C ports, available wireless charging, and a dual-pane sunroof. The interface is straightforward, response times are quick, and overall usability feels thoughtfully improved. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, please tap subscribe. as it tells the algorithm to bring you more buyer-smart videos just like this. Alright, back to the Jeep. Family hauling is simply easier now, and the Cherokee's bigger footprint helps. The doors open wider, step-in is easier, and the load bay swallows bulkier stuff without the awkward Tetris routine. Inside the cargo area is the headline, 33.6 cubic feet behind row 2 and 68.3 cubic feet with the seats folded. Square, low liftover, and friendly to strollers, bikes, pet crates, and flat packs. Jeep seems to have prioritized cargo room over passenger space. Most front and second row dimensions feel roughly on par with the outgoing model. So think more Costco, same elbow room. It's a real gain over the last Cherokee's trunk, even if it doesn't top the class. RAV4 still posts about 37.5 to 69.8 cubic feet, and CR-V remains the space king at up to 39.3 or 76.5 cubic feet. Day-to-day livability stands out. 60/40 seatbacks fold nearly flat with one-hand releases. A center pass-through handles skis or lumber, and tie-downs plus bag hooks keep groceries from roaming. Add the underfloor bin and available power liftgate, and the family shuffle gets noticeably less chaotic. Capability is still the Jeep calling card, and this Cherokee keeps the resume tidy and useful. Active Drive 1 defaults to front drive to save fuel, then preloads and engages the rear axle in milliseconds when the surface gets slick or a drive mode calls for more bite. Select Terrain gives you auto, sport, snow, and sand mud, remapping throttle response, shift logic, brake intervention, and torque split, so the SUV feels planted on dicey stuff without constant knob twisting. The hard numbers back it up: 8 inches of ground clearance, with angles of about 19.6 degrees approach, 18.8 degrees breakover, and 29.4 degrees departure. Solid for a hybrid crossover that still rides comfortably every day. It's happy to work too. Towing up to 3,500 pounds covers a small boat, a pair of dirt bikes, or even a lightweight camper, and the standard all-wheel drive traction helps with slippery ramp launches or muddy trailheads. Pair that with the available surround view camera and trail readouts, and tight parking lots or rutted pull-offs become less stressful. The fine print? No Trailhawk at launch and no locking diffs. Jeep strongly hints a trail-rated variant will follow. If your weekends are Moab or bust, wait it out. If they're more bad road, bad weather, cabin weekend, you're thoroughly covered. On the safety front, you get forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking, pedestrian cyclist detection, lane keeping with general highway centering, blind spot monitoring with rear cross path alert, and adaptive cruise that behaves naturally in traffic. No yo-yo throttle. Parking is easier with the 360-degree surround view camera and the front rear sensors. On-screen guidelines make tight garages simple geometry, not stress test. You can add traffic jam assist and roadside recognition depending on package. The real win is tuning. Alerts are clear without being shouty, and lane centering feels like a polite tap on the shoulder, not a backseat driver. Exactly what you want on long commutes. Jeep is launching the Cherokee top-down. Limited and Overland arrive in late 2025, with Base and Laredo following in early 2026. So early shoppers will be choosing between the nicer ones first. Think Limited for the nice things daily vibe, and Overland for a touch of the trail chic curb appeal. When the rest roll in, the Base, affectionately called the rental car spec, is the no-nonsense way to get into a new Cherokee without the trimmings, while Laredo adds the everyday comforts most buyers actually want. If you're aiming for value without overspending, start with Laredo and add the convenience driver assist bundles plus the tow package. You'll get the cabin tech, heated bits, and wiring you'll actually use. Wheel sizes matter. Laredo typically rides on 18-inch alloys, with appearance convenience bundles stepping you up to 19s. Limited fits 19-inch wheels as standard, plus options like ventilated seats, surround view, and the better audio. Overland commonly wears 20-inch wheels, great stance, a touch firmer over broken pavement. If you prioritize ride comfort over curb appeal, stick with the 18s or 19s. They shrug off winter potholes and keep the cabin calmer on long trips. Regardless of trim, budget for all-weather mats, a cargo liner, and crossbars if you carry bikes or boards. Small adds that make ownership nicer every single day. Current pricing guidance: $36,995 base, $39,995 Laredo, $42,495 Limited, $45,995 Overland. For those who track build footprint, final assembly is in Toluca, Mexico, while the new 1.6-liter hybrid engine is produced in Michigan, a combination that should help parts availability and serviceability in North America. One budgeting caveat: MSRPs can move with tariff percentage fluctuations, freight, supplier costs, and local market conditions. Translation: pencil these numbers into the spreadsheet, but leave headroom for destination fees and any launch period packages or dealer ads you decide are worth it. Bottom line, the 2026 Jeep Cherokee comes back smarter with standard all-wheel drive, hybrid-only power, and daily manners that finally fit the badge, starting at around $37,000. Will it earn a spot in your driveway? Tell me below. And if this video helped, tap like and subscribe. It fuels the channel so we can keep making buyer smart guides for you every week.